Good day, class. Today's topic is management practices in livestock. And one of the management practices in livestock is feeding. The last time I told you that there are different types of management practices in livestock, which include housing, feeding, sanitation, etc. Today, I'll start with the definition of feeding. What is feeding? Feeding is the act of consuming food or the act of supplying food and nourishment to livestock. Is the act of supplying food and nourishment to livestock. There are different types of feed used by livestock, which include hay, roughage, silage, and concentrate. Then I told you that ruminant animals, they are animals that have complex stomach. They have complex stomach, and this their complex stomach is divided into 4 parts, which include the rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. And this complex stomach is what they use to digest the roughage, the silage, and the hay. Then the non-ruminant animals, they are animals that have simple stomach. They have simple stomach or single stomach. And they are animals that can digest concentrate. They have the stomach to digest concentrate. An example of this animal include non-ruminant animal. We have the poultry animals, which include the chicken, the turkey, the duck, the dog, etc. So poultry raised in intensive system is usually fed with concentrate. Poultry raised in intensive system is usually fed with concentrate, and these concentrates, they are energy giving feed. They provide energy to the poultry animals. They provide energy to the poultry animals. So we have roughage, hay, and silage for ruminant animal. So let me describe the roughage. Roughage is obtained from grasses and legumes. Roughages, they are obtained from grasses and legumes. An example of these grasses include the elephant grass, the guinea grass, the giant star grass. We have so many of them, but the three that I mentioned, they are types of grasses that are consumed by ruminant animals. Then hay. Hay, they are produced from crop residues like corn, sorghum, and groundnuts or millet, and they are sun dried as feed for farm animals. They are sun dried as feed for farm animals, and hay is prepared during the dry season. It's always prepared during the dry season. Then the third type of feed is silage. Silage is prepared from fairly wheated crop residues. Fairly wheated crop residues. They are used for silage preparation. Then the last one, which is concentrate. Concentrate, they are used mostly by poultry animals. They are used by poultry animals. Then this concentrates, the feed for poultry animals, they can be in the mash form, they can be in pellet form. The pellet form is always a semi-solid crumb. So all these feed types, they are easily consumed by poultry animals. Then I want to mention something that is very important that you have to consider in your feed: the anti-nutritional factor. In feed, you have to consider the anti-nutritional factor, like the cassava leaf and root. It has anti-nutritional factor known as hydrocyanide. And what is anti-nutritional factor? Anti-nutritional factors, these are factors that they are toxic to farm animals. They are detrimental to their health, and they reduce feed efficiency in farm animals. And one of them is hydrocyanide. Hydrocyanide is very detrimental to the health of farm animals. Another anti-nutritional factor in soya bean. Soya bean is another feed ingredient. The anti-nutritional factor in soya bean is called trypsin inhibitor. Trypsin inhibitor is it does not allow animals to be able to absorb protein. It prevents animals to absorb protein and is one of the major anti-nutritional factor in soybean. So all these anti-nutritional factors, they must be considered when you are preparing your feed for your farm animal. For cassava leaves and roots, hydrocyanide, it can be removed through soaking. When you soak your leaf for 24 hours, then you boil it maybe for like 30 minutes so that the hydrocyanide will be removed before you prepare your feed. Then for soya bean, the anti-nutritional factor there is trypsin inhibitor. It can also be removed. So all this can be prevented so that your animals can grow very well. Then another management practices in livestock is sanitation. The sanitation of your farm is very essential. Make sure that your farm is neat always. Farmers must make sure that their farm is neat always. Then your goat pen, your sheep pen, they must be cleaned regularly. It is very essential so that there will be increase in production in your farm animals. Then the health of the animals too is very essential. When you notice a sick animal in your pen, make sure that that sick animal is being removed before there is transmission of diseases. So you remove sick animal. When you notice sick animal, you isolate the sick animal from the healthy animal. It's very important. Then you practice rotational grazing for animals that are not under intensive system. Animals that graze around, you practice rotational grazing. Not that animals will focus on a particular field. Practice rotational grazing. And the reason is that so that it will prevent the build-up of parasites. So those are the essential management practices that must be observed by the farmer so that there will be increase in production. Thank you for listening.